Hello, welcome to the TriathlonDan YouTube channel and welcome to Outlaw X, which is now Outlaw Thoresby Hall. This is my last triathlon of 2023 and I'm looking to finish the year on a high. I'm giving this my absolute best effort. Looking forward to a great day ahead. The weather's forecast to be good, there's forecast to be no wind. It's hopefully going to be quite a fast day for everybody involved. Hope you enjoy the video and hope anybody who's doing the event has a great time. Thanks to the marshals, volunteers and everybody who is involved in making these events happen. About 15-20 minutes before the start, we're going to get a gel down me. I feel ready to go. Let's go. Montage. Thank you to Liz as well. Her final 4 AM start of the year, and camera guy Chris, who's also been up at a similar time. So thank you very much to everybody involved in making these videos happen. Let's finish on a high.
Yep, let's have a great day.
See you out there.
See ya.
Louis Dunn could be in the mix today. Louis, how are you feeling?
Not too bad. I've like this pretty strong field here with a pro license, so
yeah.
I don't think I'll be in the mix for winning. If I'm around them and then get run away from, that'll be a pretty good day. But as long as the legs come round from last weekend's race, it'll be fine.
Been in Belgium. He's down to race weight. Put it that way.
Yeah. I'm always at race weight.
Yeah. Always be ready. So the tension is building on the start line. Louis Dunn is getting ready to go 10 rounds with Mike Tyson, or getting ready to carry the boats and the logs. I don't know what he's doing. I'm preparing in the best way that I know how, and that is just by chatting rubbish to anybody that will listen. But before we know it, it's time to go. I'm on the right hand side in the white swim cap on the second row. It's a time trial start, so 2 people every 6 seconds. It spreads the field out nice early on. That's Matt Collins on my left, so I just let him go in front of me because he does go on to win the race. Check this out. What scores are we saying? 10 out of 10? I think so as well. This is me just coming to the end of lap 1 of the swim. So it is a 2-lap swim course, 950 meters per lap to total 1.9k. Quick maths there. Oh, come on, that's all right, isn't it? My legs come over me a little bit, but I'm quite happy with that. I swam very hard, or like my perceived exertion was very hard, but I got out of the water in just over 34 minutes, which is similar to what I've been swimming at these distance races all year. Swimming is just frustrating for me, and I know for many others, in that you try harder and you don't necessarily go any faster. It is something I'm going to work on over the winter. But anyway, out of the water, got the swim done and dusted, relatively happy with it. I felt like I swam okay. Over the ramp and then run into transition 1. It is quite a long run. The total running distance in transition 1 is just over half a mile, so it is a fair distance to run, but there's good support all the way. I'm trying to just run within myself and just control the heart rate because it's been quite a hard swim and I don't want to start the bike already being massively out of breath. It is an uphill run to the mountain line and then an uphill ride for the first few hundred meters as well. So over to my bike, pulling the wetsuit off as fast as possible. I've never been able to like pull it off with my legs that some people do. I always get it to my ankles and then I can't get it any further. And this has been the same for like multiple different brands of wetsuits I've used. I've got quite big feet, so I wonder if that's something to do with it. But in any case, the wetsuit is off. Helmet on, shades on. Now people ask me quite often, oh, how come you don't use a visor? Why do you use your shades? Is it an aero benefit? I don't know. The honest answer is that I've cracked my visor and they're £80 to replace, so I've just not brought myself to spend the money on replacing it. That is it, to be honest. Anyway, got the bike. This could be my last ride on this bike as well, so I'm determined to do it justice and put myself a good bike leg together. You'll see I've got a bottle on the back of the bike there and a bladder in the frame, so I've got plenty of fluid. Ready to get on the mountain line. I'm not panicking at this stage, just trying to get on the bike safely and get going. Got 2 gels in my back pocket, as you can see, and then 2 in my number belt. And that's it. Go, go, go. Pressing on to start off with. Trying to get our power meter sinking. We'll come back to that a little bit later on. And yeah, time to deliver a bike ride. Let's hand over to Liz, who's out on the bike course.
Slightly different role for me this morning then. So I've actually come out on the bike, and the plan for me today is to get to a few various points ahead of Daniel out on the bike course. His words were, I'm going to rip the cranks off on the bike. So I'd better do the same, hadn't I, to make sure I beat him to each point each time. So the event started about 24 minutes ago and I'm 0.8 miles into the bike course at the moment. So hopefully it shouldn't be too much longer before those first bikes start to come through. It's exciting to see where people are positioned. Brilliant, Daniel! 16th! 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 Fantastic! Okay, so I've made it to point number 2. I think I'm ahead of Daniel with the people that have gone past me. They were ahead of him before, so hopefully I've beat him here. I'm going to see if I can beat him to all 4 points today. I think the last one will be a bit challenging, but I'll give it a good go. After all, we're riding the cranks off it, aren't we? Fantastic, well done. Come on, let's ride the cranks off it. Go, go, go. I've made it to the 3rd point on the bike course, and there's not really anywhere to prop my bike up here, so look at this for improvisation. Boom. Also, I know it's disappointing to say, but I've not got my megaphone or cowbells today because I've got the bike. I did say that I was going to put them in a bag and bring them, but I was strictly told, no you're not. Sorry guys, blame Daniel on that one. You can see behind me, the lead motorbike is coming. That means the first cyclist is on the way through. Fantastic, well done. Okay, so we're roughly around 44 miles at this point, and that was Matthew, and I believe his second name is Collins, but I'm not 100% sure. I think it's Matthew Collins though. 1 minute 30 down, dig deep guys, come on, 1 minute 30, up, 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 up. Smashing it, well done. Woo! Brilliant, 12th place, keep working hard, it really matters, keep pushing. I'm just in the beautiful Clumber Park at the moment, so getting to this final point will be a bit of a push, as I think Daniel will beat me to this one, but we'll see. The race is on. Must not have pedalled hard enough. I think he's definitely beaten me to the 4th point, so 3 of 4, not bad. Shame I missed him on the last one, but I'll just give it a couple more minutes and then I'll head back to transition as well. Back at Thorsby now then, I've just popped the bike in the car and got the bag that Daniel wanted for at the finish, so now I'm going to head out onto the run course, see if we can find him there.
Matching bike and helmet. It is, so this is our team Outlaw.
Sorry, squeaky carbon rim brakes. So, off the bike. Now, I don't have any data to be able to talk about, which is unlike me. My wrist-based heart rate said I averaged 41 beats a minute. I don't quite think that's true. My power meter pedals dropped in and out, and then for the last half, I felt like I had one pedal sinking. There was some power readings, but it was like half of what I expected it to be, which I could sort of work out, but I wasn't quite sure. So the only rate of perceived exertion that I know how to feel is hard. So I felt like I rode the last half of the bike leg hard, and that was all I knew how to do. Brilliant support of these events. Thank you very much, everybody who's cheering and clapping. So I rode 2 hours and 18 minutes and 35 seconds on my watch at 24.6 miles an hour, and it was just over 2,000 feet of climbing. The route was good. I loved the circuit. I love the course, but I also loved how, because there wasn't like thousands of competitors, the bike leg was a real like reward for fitness in that there was a lot of just solo riding. I rode on my own pretty much the whole way. I passed a few people who like came with me for a bit, but other than that, it was a pure like solo effort, and that's absolutely brilliant. I think it gives you a real honest reflection of, you know, what your fitness is like. So I was happy with the ride, happy to get off the bike, and then to be honest, I thought that I was higher up position wise than I actually was, because Liz gave me a split on the way out. She shouted to me 16th at the beginning, and I thought, oh great, 16th overall, and I was counting them down, and then as I got to like first, I thought I'm definitely not winning this race. Liz had taken out the women and the relays when she shouted me that number, so obviously I didn't know that, but it was good for my morale anyway. Right, onto the run. I didn't really know what was going to happen here. Over the last few weeks, my running has not been brilliant. I've not been doing any of the key sessions. I've not really been doing many miles, but I was thinking there's not many bikes in transition. I could be on for an age group prize here, or I could just be on for a good day out. So I'm going to crack on and see how we go. Now, it started off okay. I was trying to conserve myself on this grass bit. It's easy to push too hard on this section, really spike your heart rate and then suffer for the rest of the run. It is a 3-lap run course. There are some lumps, there are some bumps, there's some gravel. I'm just trying to sort out my nutrition. So I've got 3 gels for on the run. I'm trying to put 2 in my pockets and then get 1 down me straight away. And you'll notice down my top, no, that is not an aero fairing. Those are all my gel wrappers from out on the bike. Outlaws don't drop litter, so chuck it down my top, and then when I got to the first feed station, I just emptied them into the first bin, and I did take on all that nutrition. But my first 3 or 4 miles were just over 7-minute miling, which was what I was planning to do. My first one was just under 7 actually. That's what I was planning to do. But then a little later on, they just started fading a bit, and I was feeling it. It's been a long year. I've done a lot of racing, and I just haven't particularly nailed like things in the last few weeks, diet, training, etc. And in this sport, you can't be complacent. You get out what you put in, and particularly on the run, if you haven't put it in, then you can't expect to perform well. But I feel like I'm running well here. I always look like I'm running really slow, and I've got quite a long gangly stride, but I get into my rhythm and yeah, get through this first feed station, start taking on water because it was getting warm, and yeah, start pacing into it. Over to Liz.
That was good timing. Well done. Smashing it. Well done. Well done. Hi, well done.
Apparently I raced better with the free entry.
Oh, brilliant. Well done.
Fabulous.
Working hard.
It's down up ahead.
He's on lap 2. Well
I've had a go
done.
at him already. Followed him for years for free.
Oh. One more lap to go the other side in a minute. Come on, Stomper. You alright?
Yeah.
Go on, keep seeing it through. Well done. See you on the finish line for a snog.
Lap 1 of 3 done then. I knew at this point that I was fading slightly, only sort of 5 or 10 seconds a mile, but that early on into a run, if you're having to fight for your target pace, it's only going to get a lot worse. I'm having my second gel here, just getting those carbs down me. If I'm honest, I was feeling like, oh, it's getting a bit hot, and it's hard to get the food down. You're here, I've got a mouthful of water, and it takes me a few seconds to bring myself to swallow it. It's just getting difficult, and I know that the most important thing during these times is pacing and getting the nutrition down, and if you mess up on either one of those two things, you're just going to have a bad day. This is me now coming round onto the 3rd lap, so I feel like I'm running okay here, but this is the bit where all the crowd is, so it's easier to run well when there are people shouting you and cheering you, and this is ever so slightly uphill. My run form, I think, is okay. I try and keep my back upright and still keep running, but it's just starting to fall to bits, and when you're running and you're feeling it and you're fading, there's nothing you can do at times. You've just got to hold it together as best you can, so that's what I did. Got my last gel down me, took on plenty of water at this aid station. I then also started walking aid stations on this last lap because I just knew I needed to get the fluid on. Thanks to all the volunteers handing out all those cups of water. I think I have 3 or 4 there. I just needed it. It was just getting hot. This is me now coming into the finish, and this last lap has been a battle. It's been tough. I've dropped down to about between 7:45 and 8-minute miles, which is 45 seconds to a minute slower than what I'd set out on the run and what I had done earlier on in the year on different courses. But that is how this game goes sometimes. That is sport. You can't always operate at the top of what you'd expect to be, and to be honest, dropping a handful of minutes over a half marathon, I was maybe 5 minutes behind where I wanted to be. That's not the end of the world. Nice sweaty, salty kiss for Liz over the finish line, and job done and dusted.
That's right, this is Daniel.
Well done.
So what about 8 routes?
Yeah, good. It's just hard. That core run course is yes, thank you. I kept replaying in my head what I'd said before the day. My favourite run course on the circuit. And then like halfway around, I'm like, oh, I'm not sure if it is. So it was tough. Good there. I just grumbled on the run, but I put the work in the last few weeks. So what can you do?
Well done.
You get out what you put in
A good finish.
Your counting wasn't amazing. Good for my morale. You shouted me 16th on the way out. At 35 mile, I went into 1st. And I ain't seen half the people like that.
Some of them were women, and some of them were
we just came in.
so I was only counting.
I thought you meant 16th overall, and I was like, oh god, top 10. Oh, 5th. I'm tthinking, where's Louis Dunn? Where's Matt? Whatever her name is. And then I was like, -1, -2. It's okay, darling. Just put on the brief. You had a good day? Good. Okay, so what a day. Not exactly a top tier performance for me, but I am still absolutely over the moon to do a triathlon and to be close to what I'd hoped to do performance wise. The event as a whole has been absolutely brilliant. I don't deserve the amount of support that I get out on course. It is absolutely brilliant. I can only hope that I say enough in return to make you motivated to finish the race as well. So well done to you if you've done the event. Thank you very much for watching this video. I'm ready for a little bit of a rest now and looking forward to making some plans for next year. Thank you to Liz for all the support. This was your last 4 AM get up today, wasn't it?
Last 4 AM of 2023, we've done it.
Yeah, exactly.
Brilliant.
And these videos also wouldn't happen without the support from Outlaw, so genuinely thank you very much, Outlaw, for making this happen. Thank you to Chris behind the camera as well for a year long of travelling down from Leeds at stupid o'clock in the morning, running around events. It's not just stood there with a camera. So much goes into these that isn't given in by me, so thank you very much to everybody. Hope you've enjoyed the video, and we'll see you again very soon.
Bye.